Well, this is going to be a lengthy video. So, as you know, I haven't really been active as far as oh, let me back up. Hey everyone, Bebop Tony Savalas, aka Super Bell to YouTube fans. As many of you know, I haven't been very active as far as, I've been doing stories and whatnot and, traveling, but I haven't been very active as far as hobbies are concerned. I'm way behind on horror films. I'm only up to the second Frankenstein. Even though I've got majority of it done, I'll probably finish it by the time this video is done recording or later tonight. I haven't really done any lip syncing other than last night. I did one song. There's a lot of train videos that I want to get done. There's a lot of gaming videos. I got a lot on my plate, and there's even some cartoons that I want to get done. I want to start binging on Ed, Eddie, and SpongeBob again. Chalk Zone I'm still in the middle of. Jimmy Neutron I'm in the middle of. Beavis and Butthead, I'm not really watching them in order. The Hammer films, like I said, I'm up to the second Frankenstein. I'm up to Revenge of Frankenstein. So I got the first Frankenstein and first Dracula done, and The Only Mummy, because I'm not going to watch the other three because Cushing and Lee aren't in them. It's not like the Universal films where it's mandatory to watch every single one of them from start to finish. Hammer, it's simple. If it has Cushing or Lee in it, it qualifies. If it has neither, then no. It's not really important. Eventually maybe I'll come around to it. It's funny how I didn't end up watching Son of Frankenstein in order. I ended up saving it for later. The same for Abbott and Costello meet Jekyll and Hyde, since he technically isn't Universal. Unless you go by the silent 1913 version when they weren't called Universal. Till 2 years later. So anyways, this is going to be a video covering lots of things. This is going to be a model railroad update. It's going to be an unboxing video. It's going to be a horror collection video. And just for you, Mike Giordano. Shout out to Mike Giordano. I'm even going to show everyone my entire Beatles collection. So like I said, this is going to be a very lengthy video, and it'll be uploaded to YouTube. Hopefully it won't take very long, but this video is going to be probably 40 minutes, so let's get the show on the road. Let's start with horror. Let's start with the monsters. Unfortunately, this video is going to be incomplete because I worked today. A package from Amazon came, but I wasn't home, and I kept saying to myself, I better catch that mailman. So I ended up going to the post office after getting a second misslip, and let me backpedal. This is going to allude to trains. Saturday, a package came that I didn't even expect because it didn't say out for delivery, and it ended up being this. Trackmaster Thomas Brendan Fish Market with Cranky. However, one package that was in the mailbox earlier is salty, seaweed salty. Anyhow, back to horror. So today I get a second misslip, and I look carefully at it. It's a different tracking number, and it was the first delivery. So I go to the post office at 3 o'clock after work, hoping, because as expected I missed them, the mailman, because they're morons. As expected, they do not have the second package. However, the Cranky said I did pick up. It was there. USPS no longer does second deliveries. They try once, and then it's in the post office for 15 days. And I still don't know what happens after 15 days. So at least I didn't waste the trip. So thankfully my mother's off tomorrow. She's off Tuesdays, so they open at 8:30, and I wake up at 8:30, so it's impossible for me to go to the post office, considering it's going to be busy before work, to pick up what I missed. Now, what I missed was, as you saw in pictures, me and Mark the King 93, aka Mark A. Brunetti, came with me to Hypnotronic Comics to pick up the Gillman, which I'll show you in a few. So I went to Hypnotronic Comics twice in 1 week. I went on a crappy rainy day, one of my days off, to pick up a Kong figure, which I'm going to show everybody. Just, want to get the talking out of the way. And also, as a bonus, I will show you guys how the wind-up Gordon moves. Right now, the phone's charging. I'm going to wait for it to go up a little bit, and then I'm going to unplug it and then show everybody what I'm talking about. So anyways, also, I got 2 Peter Jackson King Kong figures. Both arms snapped right off. I'm going to show everybody. So, my mother took the liberty of going through Google and seeing if there was any toy shops on the island that repair toys, and I found one. I think it's Beeman Avenue. I already forgot the name of it. Let me see if I can. It's SI Toy Store, generic name. So I messaged them because I spoke to them on the phone and I got their Instagram, and I asked them if it's possible I can get the joints fixed, and they said it's tricky, but they'll have to find somebody. Plan B was they suggested that I contact Mezco, the brand that makes them, to have a replacement. One of two things is going to happen, because there's a video on YouTube all the way back in 2009, which was only 3.5 years after the Peter Jackson remake came out, and the guy was able to move Kong like silly putty, so flexible. I mean, yeah, as time goes on, toys do age like people. So, obviously, now that it's older, it's not gonna work properly. And once again, Kong is another example of me not getting into the hobby, not investing in the hobby until over a decade later with Skull Island. Even though I wasn't a Donkey Kong, starting in 2014. So, where am I going to begin now? One thing I do want to mention though is in Target I constantly over the months and I'm not sure if it's been a year or not. Oh, by the way, I got the elephant earrings back in because they're no longer infected. And when they get infected again, then I will take them out, let them breathe, because I can't wear custom jewelry. God damn it. So anyhow, Jurassic World, I don't know what brand, but Jurassic World, they made a Brachiosaurus and a T-Rex. I'll show you the T-Rex first. Surprisingly, a T-Rex, the most common and most famous dinosaur you think would be the hardest to find, but no. He has a button on his tail, and I removed the, every time he presses it he roars, but I removed the batteries. The reason I got him is so he could fight the Peter Jackson Kong, but he's kind of short, and his tongue is rubber, which is perfect for Kong to bite it off, just like in the movie. Well, technically that was a V-Rex, but good luck trying to find a Vistatosaurus. And anyhow, back to Kong. They asked me to contact Mezco, and like I said, one of two things. One, the toy is going to be, first of all, it's going to snap again, because you know me, I like to pose figures. And secondly, it's from 2005. I doubt they're going to have any left. If it was that hard to find on eBay with some seller giving me a hard time about just giving me one of the Kongs, it's going to be impossible, because like I said in another video, there was another Kong, same model, just the face, where he was twice, it was even more than the two Kongs with the mouth closed. And the mouth closed is the one I wanted. He came in 2 boxes. One of the boxes was damaged. This one actually is in less damaged condition, and I kept it. Got a picture of Kong on the back. It shows like, see the one with the mouth open right there? That's the Kong that I was talking about. That doesn't. That was expensive. I'll read the back for you. Academy Award winner Peter Jackson, one of the most brilliant filmmakers of our time, takes movie audiences on a journey deep within the dark jungles of Skull Island. With sweeping cinematic vision, Jackson brings to light the tragic story of Kong, the mighty creature who risks everything to protect his beloved Anne. From ferocious dinosaur battles to encounters with other primordial beasts, Kong rules supreme until he confronts his most formidable enemy, man. That's deep. I mean, that's dark. Yeah, I kind of regret not getting into Kong. Well, like Brave. I didn't get into Brave until like 8 years later. Because I'm a dummy head. So, anyways, back to Amazon. So the other thing that's not here is, well, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Gillman back there, was made by a brand called Mego. And my favorite Universal monster, aside from the Gillman, is the Frankenstein monster, who's also green. So I figured, they're from 2 decades, they're from 2 eras. One's the golden age, one's the silver age, even though the Gilman is often squeezed in with the rest, even though he's the 50s. For some reason, but pretty often, like James Rolfe says in his Universal Monster Family video, which is only available on cinemassacre.com. Anyhow, so anyways, I figured why not have them fight? Hypnotronic Comics did have a Frankenstein monster for $25, but it wasn't the green one, and he didn't have a jacket. He was in chains. He had like wrist shackles, chains, but he was shirtless and all white, and it was like, I don't want that. So I thought I'd go for the classic look, the green skin and black jacket. I mean, I could have found the jacket from a wrestling figure or something, similar to how I managed to find some Mattel pants for The Rock when I had him, when he wrestled in early '99 with the shirt and pants because he had breast cancer, nipple surgery, whatever. So, yeah, The Rock, so I'm like, screw it, I'll just get but I was very cautious, though, to make sure that I ordered it from Amazon. The problem is, Amazon still doesn't come to the door. That is, unless you do Prime, which I think is a few extra dollars more. Well, yeah, you gotta subscribe to it to have it delivered. It's more money, but however, it is better because it does come to the door, even though the reason my packages that don't fit in the mailbox weren't at the door is, according to the mislip, were deemed unsecure. I live in a 6-story apartment building. Ever since Lamont Scott, my old mailman, my most generous mailman, retired unexpectedly. Granted, he wasn't technically allowed to leave packages at people's doors, but now the new people, even though there's no permanent mailman right now there's an interim, temporary placeholder. They can't come up, especially to the second floor where I live. So they ring the bell and they expect people to run downstairs. What if somebody's in a wheelchair, somebody can't get up, and they order something big? They're fucked then. They gotta go to the post office. Luckily, when I was at the post office today, even though there was a line, it was pretty fast. And it's a good thing that I wasted $7 taking a Clove Lake there straight from work. Well, I went home first. Was because just moments later, like 10 other people came in, even though it moved quickly. But it's good that my mother's home tomorrow, so that way she could pick up the Frankenstein monster. But I am disappointed that I don't have it right now. So this collection video is going to be it's going to be kind of incomplete. Even so, be that as it may, it'd still be incomplete because this comes to my next big thing. Oh boy. When I woke up today, you know how when you order stuff on eBay, you save the search and you get notifications whenever there's a new listing? Well, if you remember my Ertl Metallic engines, the only one I'm missing, because I have Thomas, Henry, Percy, Reneus, and Duncan, as disappointing as Duncan is, was James. So I've been getting constant emails and notifications that there's a listing, and normally it's the same one listed 2 or 3 times because I have like 3 different titles of the listing. One says Thomas Ertl Metallic James, one says Limited Edition James, one just says Metallic James. But I still get a listing of the same ones for each search because eBay's dumb. And I woke up today and I was half asleep and I got an email, I got a notification, and it said Ertl Metallic James. My eyes like wide open. I was like, no way. $32, got it, and I'm so fucking excited. And I better not be screwed, like fucked. Like, oh, it was the regular James. No, I looked carefully at it. There was 7 pictures, and I looked at all of them. Now I'm happy. Now that just leaves 6 other Ertls because it seems to me like I'm never gonna get my hands on the Christmas Earl Thomas with the Santa hat and cowcatcher, the Santa Claus to Topham hat suit. And there's 2 Scruffies. There's a red one that says Toy Box, and there's a regular Scruffy that says Toy Box and has stuff in it. So those seem to be out of reach. Those seem to be really hard. Plus the Brown Troublesome Trucks, but I'm not counting those. The only things left for me to get now is Bluebell, which right now is currently only available in England, even though he is an American exclusive. What up, Rye Bread? What up, Quitter? Sorry, just kidding. Wilbert 16, Bluebell, who, like I said, is only available in the UK. Catherine, who's a UK exclusive. Oh, Godred and Caldy, the Mountain Engines. So Caldy, Godred, Wilbert 16, Bluebell, and Catherine. 6 more Earls left now that Metallic James is on his way. Hopefully that won't be in a big box. Hopefully my mother won't have to go to the post office. So I won't have to go to the post office to get it. But I'll be happy. I'll do a freaking backflip when it comes. I don't care if I'll be like, if it comes on a day I'm working. I mean, I work in the morning, so I'm not gonna really get any. The tracking's not gonna update till about 11 o'clock when it says out for delivery. But when it does, I'm gonna do a freaking backflip. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, come on! I want to get out of work. I want this figure, this engine to come. Because I love trains. You know, I really thought Metallic Henry was gonna be a bitch to find, and he was. He really was a pain in the ass to find. The wheels, like I said, are a disappointment, but I think all the Metallic engines still have the normal wheels. Yeah, Thomas has the normal wheels. Percy. And by the way, Ryan loves James. Favorite engine. Yeah, well, Renee's has black wheels. The Duncan, like I said, is a disappointment because the base of him is still the normal paint, but I'm guessing, whatever, that's just how he was made. It's just strange, though. It's weird to think that of all the Metallic engines, they went with the first 4 that were released in 1985 with sticker faces, which was Thomas, Henry, James, and Percy. You know, no brainer since they're, you know, their main characters. No Edward or Gordon, and then instead of Edward and Gordon, we get 2 narrow gauge engines, 2 random ones, mind you. We get Renee's and Duncan. Like I said, I'm not complaining, but it was just, to me, it was just an odd choice. And for some reason, they still labeled the Mountain engines. Yeah, there is. For some reason, they still labeled the Mountain engines like Caldy, Godred, and Lord Harry. If I forgot to say Lord Harry earlier, sorry. But they labeled them as limited edition engines, and there's rumors that they also made a Duke, Metallic Duke, but I've never seen them personally, so I'm just going to focus on the ones that I know exist. Excuse me a second. Let's see if I could add some more people to watch besides you, Ryan, to join. See if I could tag people. Can you? Or you can't? Let's see if I could add some people to watch. Me too. Oh, forget it. They'll watch it. Maybe not live, but they'll watch it. So now let's do an unboxing. eBay. So now let's do an unboxing. First, what came in the mail, which came from Amazon, because regular Amazon doesn't come in the trucks and they don't leave it on the door, even though I Googled it and they said there still has to be a secure location. But they at least give you 3 chances. USPS only gives you 1 chance now. Now it sits in the post office for 15 days. So the first thing that I opened, I did open it, but I put it back in because I'm going to take a selfie with it later, is the Seaweed Salty. He's got the green wheels and seaweed all over him. He's actually very, not curvy, but he's very he's got very visible corners. Like, for example, the wooden Salty, well, the Earl Salty actually does look like Salty, even though I don't have him, nor do I want him because he's UK. But I noticed that usually a lot of the Salties, especially the Trackmaster one, the most recent one that was made, Trackmaster 2 Salty, his roof is like almost the same height as the back in front of him. Like, he looks just like a block, not a block of wood, but he looks like a square. He's got like a devious diesel kind of shape. Like, he doesn't have like the, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this is Salty. He's got seaweed on him and bubbles and a sea star. Green wheels, which is not his real wheel color. He actually has black wheels. His face is normal, which is good. And of course, he's got the caution hazard stripes. The reason I got him is because even though my goal was to stick to the first 5 seasons and TATMR, well, they didn't make any in this case, is because it was a lot for me. But, you know, they only made 2 seasons technically to reach season 6 characters, and I'm like, why not? As a bonus, because season 6 I did like a little bit, because I did have some of the tapes. Now I just have 1 tape. Ryan, you like this? James goes buzz buzz. Oh, you left. But yeah, I was still watching seasons. I was still watching Thomas with season 6, and I did buy Spencer and Wood and Spencer and Murdoch, but you know, that was during that transitional period in 2003, going into 4. So anyhow, let me open this now, which surprisingly came from England. Now, getting back to Amazon, I found it strange how on Saturday nothing was set out for delivery. Nothing was supposed to come. So I was like, it can't be the Frankenstein because I just bought it. At the time of recording, in the banner, order update, estimated arrival, 5/14, James. I'm happy now. But anyhow, I didn't know what was coming. I don't know what was supposed to come Saturday. I wasn't pissed off, I was just confused. I was like, wait, isn't, I said to myself, wait, isn't the, like, it wasn't because the cranky set was coming from England or the UK, wouldn't it take it longer? Amazon's fast. I was just like, what was it? What was supposed to come that I missed? Because when I went in the mailbox, I got a mislip. Like, I wasn't expecting anything today. So that didn't, so I wasn't, normally I get pissed off when I get the mislip. Like today I was a little pissed, even though getting this made up for it. But what did piss me off was, what was it? I was like confused. So I was like, no, it wasn't salty. And eBay never actually said to me that the cranky set was shipped. And the Frankenstein monster I know shipped, but I ordered it like a day prior. How could it have come so quickly? Well, then again, had this come quickly. So I let it slide. I'm like, I'll look Monday. So at least I didn't waste $7 going there for nothing. At least I got this. I am upset about the Frankenstein monster unfortunately missing this huge ass video. However, Metallic James also doesn't make the cut. I think from now on I'm going to start doing updates here on Instagram, so that way people who don't have YouTube, that don't watch my hobby stuff, can see what I'm up to. Because only like a few people, I think Ryan, Mark, Brendan, have both. But most of my coworkers from the other store only had YouTube. And some I gotta send videos to, so I try to get everybody I'm close with to get a piece of what I do, so they don't miss out what I'm up to. Because even though I'm back on Instagram, I don't know how long. Like my father, the relationship with him, how long, I don't know. I'm still trying to keep a low profile. I'm still trying to keep it low key. That's why I don't have that many followers. I do what my mother does on Facebook. If she doesn't know the person personally, she doesn't add them. A lot of people like to follow me, and a lot of the times I press delete because I don't know the person. Nothing personal, I just don't know the person. I don't want them looking at my story if I don't know them. I mean, sometimes I'll follow them. I won't accept it, but I'll still follow them. But if it's one of those like spam accounts where, hey, like, give me a number, we'll hook up and stuff, even though that's my goal in life, I don't want my account getting hacked. And I'm certainly not giving out my card information if that's what they're asking for. So anyhow, here's the first part of the set. It's a generic Thomas, which I probably will not keep, and a cargo car with a basket or something. And I might get more of these because now Target, I'm starting to see more of these freight cars. But the wheels are black and they're very wheelie. They're not like the ones where they don't really like spin that much when you push them. So here's all the pieces back here behind me as I was rambling about nonsense. Cranky's in here. I'm going to build him. I don't know how much percent my phone is, so I'm going to unplug it. I'm just going to take a chance by unplugging it, and I'm going to flip it around and show you guys the unboxing. So. Alright, so we're here now. The Kongs and everybody, I'll show you guys soon in a little bit.
trying to find something that can keep the phone from standing because I can't flip it around now that it's recording. I'm trying to use the Buzz House. That's not going to work. That may not work. How about the... It's got to be something... Actually, you know what? I'll just use what I've been using. I've been using the bongos. Not those bongos, the real ones. Except one of the bongos is going to get in the way, so... Oh, God. This is tricky. And there's the Kong box. This is going to be tricky. Tricky dicky. What can I use? What can I... How about the Frankenstein head? By the way, a neighbor gave that to me. There we go. Well, sort of. Whatever, you're going to see a little green in there. So anyhow, here's the instructions. Here's the instructions, and it comes in two. It's just a standard oval set. Oh, they give you two of them. Maybe one for English, one for Spanish. Yeah. Or some other language, but... Alright, let's get cranky. Let's get cranky rockin'. Let's get cranky, to rock and roll. The only Season 5 character, the only non-Railway Series character until THCMR, and the only, non-vehicle character, no wheels or nothing. I'm surprised he came in a lot of pieces. Here's his arm. Here's one of his legs. And this is the first cranky that I'm aware of that the tracks go underneath him. And the rest of him is in here. He's got stickers. What's strange, though, is you would think that Cranky, a very popular character, in fact, the very first character not created by Wilbur Audrey to appear, would be hard to find. But for some reason, Cassia, that orange crane that I did have back in the summer, is a much easier one to find. You'd think that the newer characters, the hotter characters, would be so hard to find. I mean, she probably wasn't brand new, but she's definitely not cranky old, that's for sure. So now I'm gonna get these put together now. Oh shit. Or maybe instead of putting the set together, maybe I'll just do the elevated track and then... Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just do the elevated track and then... See. Now I'll just build Cranky. He doesn't come with any stickers, I don't think. Well, yeah, I'm looking at the box now. Because usually the prototype version has more detail. No, I guess not in this case. So now so what you do here is push these in place. The head you just snap on the base, whatever. And there's Cranky. Oh, he actually spins pretty fast. He also has his hook. So I'll put that there. That was easy. And then you just... There you go. Oh, wow. Oh, my. I mean, if only he had a little more detail. I do like that the Cranky is actually molded in. It's not just printed on. And I also like how there's some molding here with the cables that he lifts. So yeah, it's good. And of course he stands on those special destination tracks. And it also comes with some loading dock. That's blue. It's got some gears and steps inside, which could have been repainted. I don't even remember how much the set was actually, but yeah, it's Cranky's good to have, and Salty's here. I could probably put that track on the bridge, and Cranky could just go over, or I could just use Cranky freely, even though his legs are way too wide. Well, that's excusable because the engines have to get underneath him. But yeah, Cranky's he's good. The Thomas and freight car's over there. I might as well put the cargo in his hook. There. By the way, I don't know if I ever showed you guys the new layout. I ended up putting all the wooden tracks away and only using certain wooden characters, like favorite engines of mine, for up here. Now it's just An oval with a bridge, one switch, and some sidings. With the spider mountain. I also added the King Kong modeling kit that my neighbor gave me. There's an elephant there. Wood Harold now has the skull mask. The caterpillar's there, the other skull's here. The clam has its mask still. You know, the dead Beatles, another elephant, because I don't really have that many elephants displayed. So I put the old figure 8 set back together, added some switches, you know, and connected it to the Knapford station. Of course, the Knapford station, I don't think I ever showed you guys. How silly of me. I did mention the Sodor Park characters, and my father gave this to me yesterday. It's a Chase piggy bank keychain. I also forgot to show you guys engines that I rebought. Some that are new. Oh boy. Well, this I'll tell you right now came with the Knapford station. It's just a generic red coach that I could use as Henrietta. Let me zoom in. You press it down, the passengers disappear and it's monkeys. This troublesome truck here was also from Amazon. It was the first thing I ordered from Amazon in like 3 years. I'm surprised he was only available in Australia on eBay, but I got him. Even though he's a newer freight car, he still, you know, does the job and he has a plastic hull. I ended up getting rid of Flynn and like Yang Bao, like, you know, he went back to his certain country and he donated his tender. You know, it's got elephants on it and it could be a caboose since there's no back coupling. But as far as like engines that I didn't cover, well, I already showed you guys, you know, Henry I've had. In Target, I did show you guys I finally got the Panda Trackmaster Percy. I did get a second DK, but engines that I've never had before, well, there's the freight cars that Trackmaster Percy has, but I finally got Edward. I got Gordon again. Edward and Gordon are pretty, they're pretty basic. They're not modified, but whatever, whatevs. James, I got the Rocket, you know, James with the cape, the removable cape. And the most shocking and most striking one that I've never thought I'd ever see in stores, especially modified, mind you, was, hang on, let me snap this. There we go. Was the Pride Toby, the rainbow painted Toby. And I gotta say, this Toby, despite being a CGI engine, is very detailed, even though he is missing a lot of colors. His buffers could definitely need some color, but this is what I was talking about. Look how Toby almost has none of his roof slanting down. That's the way he's supposed to look. I mean, he might be a little too bulky, too wide like Birdie over there, but you know what? At least they got his shape right. Like, we'll go back, like, again, look at Toby. He doesn't have, like, that brake fan look like the Winter Caboose over there has. By the way, what did I do with the wood Toby? Oh, yeah, I also put some stuff away. I put a couple of the tunnels away. I ended up putting Bachman, Cranky, and Harold away. Yeah, where is that Toby? I put the animal cars away. Where the fuck did I put that Toby? I put Rusty away. Terrence away. The Danger Cart away. What did I do with that wood Toby? Did I end up putting in the drawer? I know I didn't throw him away. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that fat-headed. Oh, there he is. He's down there. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, he's got the, he doesn't have curves, and that's good. That's what I wanted. Oh, Ryan, you're back. So Topham Hat, I don't have a figure of, but I do have... Wait, do I? No, I don't. Well, actually, I do have an Ertl Topham Hat. It's funny you ask. He's buried in the Ertl box. I don't know if I want to go through that. Well, you know what? For you, Ryan, I will, because you're cool. You are a cool kid. This is going to be hard. Well, this is a video special. And I still got a lot more to cover. Here's the packaging that, you know, Metallic Reneus and Percy came in. Duncan, I don't have. Oh, by the way, I forgot that I had these, but I have the packaging for Lori 2 and 3. And on the back, they have the Actually, no, all four of them. They have the collector cards, and it goes all the way up to number 70. It goes from Thomas to Ironbert. If you go by the, I think if you go up to like season 4, I think it only goes up to number 57 with Henry's log car. But before I open, I put all my extra engines out here because I literally have no space. Like these 3 lorries I've mentioned in another video are actually prototypes, and I markered them because they're no different than the real ones. And they also didn't have eyes. I actually had to marker the eyes. So these to me were like prototypes. They came in a lot. I was like, I'll get them. But then I eventually did get the real ones. Terrence, Stepney, Duke, and Diesel 261. Well, these are not... I never had these. I didn't have all these as a kid. A lot of these... Actually, in fact, all of them are all from eBay. I never actually saved any of the old ones. And if I did, Brian, they'd all be... rusted, because I used to put them in the bathtub, you know, because I was like, I'm gonna do an episode where they do whatever in the water. Careful. Her name is Annie. The names are Annie and Clarabelle, not Annabelle. My ex said the same thing. Oh yeah, there we go. So Topham hat is right here. Topham hat. In pretty good condition. My neighbor always compares him to Mr. Monopoly. He always thinks of Mr. Monopoly. Here's another rare character that it took me forever to find from Thomas and the Magic Girl was Mr. Conductor. And he was actually in pretty good shape, even though there's a paint chip on his chin, which looks like a goatee. Yeah, but to answer your question, it's Annie and Clarabelle, not Annabelle, and they're right here. There were rumors that Lord Harry was a limited edition, but he might have been, but he's not metallic. Also, the reason he's got tape is because this back here where the other face is, by the way, this is not a TV character. He's only from the books. You're probably not, yeah, it's a top mat. You're probably not familiar with this character because he's not. It's because he wasn't in the TV series. He was in the books. But the reason he's painted is because the second face decal is coming off. So really, I just need to get the other 6 engines. I got to get Godred and Coldy, which are numbers 1 and 4 from the Mountain engines. Wilbert and 16, who are also in the book. Catherine, who the Mountain engines push. She's a little bit long. She's like Annie and Clarabelle. She's kind of long. And Bluebell, which is a repainted Thomas without a face. The Cranky was hard to find. Yeah, ask me some questions while this is open. There's Tiger Moth the biplane. Old Slow Coach, who is actually... Well, Ryan's a newer character, and they didn't make him for Ernal, so no. No, I don't have him. I forgot what he looked like, by the way. But what's weird is that both the new and pre-owned versions of Old Slow Coach, the coupling is like so tiny. Like it's like you could barely like... I don't know, it's just... I guess that's how she was made, like to show how it's made. This engine I was really hyped to get. This is a character that was never, once again, like Lord Harry was not in the railway, the book, that was not in the show, and he was only available in the UK, not the United States. Now, the strange thing is his buddy, who was in the same story, which is my favorite story in the whole catalog of books, Super Rescue, which stars my favorite engine, Henry. Diesel 199, or Spam Can, as he's known, was actually released in the United States. How do you know? How do I know? Because look at his couplings. He's got the regular eye couplings, the hook and eye couplings. Now look at this is Diesel 7101, aka Bear. They call him Bear. He's got the UK couplings because look, it's not an eye, it's a U shape, which is supposed to be longer lasting, but it's weird. You just snap them. You think that these would break easier, and you could probably, if you really wanted to, snap them together, the American and UK ones, but I don't think it's possible. And yes, in the UK, they did remake them all with the couplings, because I think in the UK, they did go with the original hook and eye couplings. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in 2001, they discontinued making them in the United States. Cranky was one of the last characters they made. I think the very last character that was ever released, as far as like chronological order, was this one, Butch, who did not have a face in the show and did not speak until much, much later. And he's got a hook that does not move. These are all season 5 characters, and TATMR, and these two are in the book. This is the longest character. This is the longest Ertl they ever made. This is the Dyson low loader, which is a long ass low loader, green John Deere lookalike pickup truck for Duke. This engine right here in the episode Sleeping Beauty was saved, and he was pulled by the Dyson low loader, which is strange. That's a rare instance where a train is lifted by a vehicle, car, whatever. That's a rare instance. The Sodor Canal boat, even though not this copy that I'm holding, this one was from eBay. However, I originally got the Sodor Canal boat when I was in Strasburg, Pennsylvania, my first time when I went back in 2001. But the one I'm holding is a different copy from eBay, but it's the same exact boat. Also, from season 5, episode Haunted Henry, Old Bailey the Fogman, also known as the hand car or pump trolley, is supposed to go up and down and pump the thing to move. Here he's just in place, and he's much shorter than Sir Topham Hatt. Yeah, the hand car, pump trolley, whatever, was only seen in one episode. And there's the regular conductor right there, right next to... Where is Mr. Conductor? There's Lady Hat back there. I don't want to open this all because, it's getting long, this video. Where the hell did I put Mr. Conductor? Where the hell did I put him? Oh, there he is. Okay. I can't wait for the Dreams to come. These are also UK exclusives. These are known as the silly trucks, the boxcars that have the... Well, I actually cut the U shape out to make it the male coupling, so that way they can connect to the American cars. Because come on, any fan of Henry wants to see him pull box cars like he's pulling the Flying Kipper. The backwards, the faces. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, from 2002 to 2004, they released so many good Ertls that the United States never saw. It's bullshit, and it's crazy how they're rare and how they didn't have the normal couplings. I mean, the main reason, if you go by the wiki page of the Ertl company, was to make them longer lasting, but really, the hook and eye couplings are still very easy to find. Those engines are very easy to find. And here's the most scariest character that I was afraid of as a kid, was Diesel 10. First appeared in Thomas and the Magic Road all the way back in 2000. And here's Derek. All the main engines are underneath this lid. Cranky. He's not broken, he's just... You gotta, crank it, He's got his hook in there somewhere. I did a full video on this, Ryan. You check it out. It's in my YouTube channel. There's also what's strange though is another reason I like the Ertl brand, not just because they're very accurate to the TV series, but because a lot of characters were acknowledged. Characters that were background, faceless characters like this Crane, for example, where literally when I bought it, it was called Crane. It had no name. It didn't speak. It was just generic. Even though the back of the collector card did give it a little history of, the vehicle itself, not its Roland Thomas. Yeah, and there's the diffuser gunpowder cars, which I also bought when I was on vacation back in 2001. And the Chinese Dragon and the Canal Boat. And I also got the regular James, too, while I was there. I don't know if I already had James or what. Yeah, so Splatter and Dodge. Well, I have two Terrences. This is the bonus one that came with the Metallic Henry lot. His face is all fucked up, but I do have a better one. Actually, no, this is the one I had already. The second one that I got is better. He's down there. His face is much better. Bulgy, Bulstrode, Toad. I'm gonna close it now. I really should play with these more often. It's just a pain in the ass putting them all back because they're all like cluttered together. This is actually a cowboy boot box. I gotta be careful. By the way, the shed I'm holding is not made by Erdo. It was made by Bandai. It was for the Gold Rail series, which was another rare, not un-American toy line. And in this bag actually has the doors that open and close, and the name of the engines on top. Like this one says James. Like they would go in the holes here. For some reason, I lost Gordon's sign. I don't know why. He's gone though. It also came with a switch and a telephone pole, which are not that are not supposed to be there. I taped them there, and the knob turns the turntable. It actually used to make like a clicking sound, but it was too loud, so I just cut it out. So now let's get to. Never. I will never sell them. I learned my lesson throwing them away as a kid. Never. So now let's talk about horror films, since I covered Thomas. Oh, also before I do that, one of the things that I bought at Target, once again, was the metallic diesel. Once again, bought in Deason. There's Percy. I might as well just show him run. All right, and then there's Boko, who does not work on the tracks, at least on hills, because he's not Trackmaster made. So now let's look at my horror collection. Thank you. Well, this is actually my playroom. My real bedroom's in the other room. Here's all my horror characters. I've showed you guys Pennywise, Nosferatu. Him I got the other day with Mark. Underneath the B is the instructions for the T-Rex down there. Godzilla, which is the Godzilla from Godzilla versus King Kong versus Godzilla, the 1962 version, not the new one. Here's the box of the King Kong of Skull Island. They actually made two versions. They made the black and white version and a color version. I got the color version. Really, the only difference is Anne, the girl he's holding, is black and white. The back shows the face and everything. He was made by Mezco, the same brand that made these Kongs, which I'll get to. It's actually strange how a lot of them, well, this is Mezco, but it's strange how like, for example, Pennywise, who came with an extra head and extra hands, for different facial expressions, was a pain in the ass popping them on, so I ended up, damn it, this is why I don't like taking them out. Forgot to put one back. Jesus. Just leave them here for now. But the reason is because, surprisingly, the Mezco King Kong, actually the hands and head actually come off very easily, and he doesn't stay in this position. I had him in this position. You could pop the hand off, you could take her out of his hand, you could take the chains off. There's actually a guy on YouTube who accidentally broke the chain. Idiot. No, sorry, it was accident. But yeah, accidents happen. He also has a normal face. He's got the normal face. He's got the other hands, fist. Let's put him up against Godzilla, even though this is not the same King Kong that fought him. If only Frankenstein was here, it would be a three-way, a triple threat. And they're actually the same height, surprisingly. Well, actually, no. I think in the original film, Kong was a bit shorter. I don't know. Okay, let's put you back, Godzilla. By the way, the fire that comes out of his mouth comes off. You can take it out. I actually put him in Ashley's pool, my ex Ashley, your friend Ashley, and surprisingly the chlorine did not change color. She actually bought him for me. Can't believe I'm mentioning her. Anyhow, there's the Amiibo Donkey Kong riding the Polar Express. I'm also going to show everybody my Beetle collection. I already showed everyone in the beginning the T-Rex from Jurassic World. He makes noise, but I removed his batteries because he's loud. Very loud. The Brachiosaurus, I passed so many times in Target and didn't even consider buying him. And now he's sold out of every Target within 50 miles from here. So I'm kind of screwed. I can't get him now. Not ordering him because I ain't going to the post office. After the Frankenstein monster, after my mother picks him up tomorrow, I'm done ordering. I'm done ordering big stuff, and I almost forgot. I'm gonna show you guys the wind up shooting star Gordon. Call me a copycat, anybody who watches Train Boy, but I wanted him, even though technically I didn't copy him on purpose because the Gordon that he got for his birthday has an angry face. His Gordon is happy, and no, he doesn't fit on these tracks. He's way too tiny. And also, proof I'm not a copycat, I'm not going to convert his wheels into... I'm not going to convert them into N scale. Alright, he's wind up. Here we go. Goes pretty fast. See, that's Gordon. I was also going to get splattered too. Train Boy is so cool. He's one of the coolest YouTubers ever. And I kept asking him for his birthday, how old did you turn? He didn't answer. I guess he didn't want to tell me, or he just didn't. He probably gets a million comments, so probably didn't come to me. Now, the other day at Target, I got for $10 Merida from Brave, who will also be rare. One thing that sucks is her arrows do not come off, but she can move her arms and legs. And even her dress. You could see her leggings. Yeah, she's hot, Merida. Just love gingers thanks to my ex. The one before Ashley. Now here, finally, the last thing to show you guys until I show you guys the Beatles. The Beatles is going to be a pain in the ass to show you guys, but let's show you Kong. Like I said, the arms came off after I tried posing him because of the stiff plastic. This is the strangest plastic that I've ever felt in my life. And there's white in there because I tried gluing him. And I'm like, nah, screw it. I'll just do like a puppet thing. Like I could like hold him from behind and just like move him around and have him fight the T-Rex. The only problem is the T-Rex won't be able to move because my hands will be busy with him. And the second Kong, which also came with him, he's actually, he's lying on the bubble that was inside the box. So that way he doesn't move. It's the same exact Kong, but my plan, if I ever find somebody from SI Toys to get the joints fixed, is to have one Kong stand up on two, and then one to stand up like a normal gorilla. And he's fucking pissed. He's ready to fight a V-Rex. And am I the only person who knows this, but his nose is shaped like a heart? Maybe that's how he shows his love for Anne. I used to always say that. So now, the Beatles. Mike, if you're watching this, Mike Giordano, get ready because this is your lucky day. I'm going to show you guys my Beatle collection now. Oh boy, this is going to be hard. This is going to be tricky. Mike, I got the Little People John Lennon, Little People George Harrison, the Little People McCartney and Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. I have the Connects Beatles, not the Lego ones, but the Connects ones. I have them locked into a handcard like Old Bailey. I've got the cardboard stage that came with the Little People version. Underneath all this, I have 3 laser discs of the Beatles. I have the Beatles first US visit. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Get out of Derry while you still can. Beware, little Eddie. Beware, girly boy. Spider-Man's gotta move. Oh, great. Fuck. Glad, Ryan, you're still watching this. Thank God. Thank you. Okay. The Beatles' first U.S. visit. Beatlemania, which technically... never mind. Let It Be, the documentary. Beatlemania, Beatles' first U.S. visit. Unfortunately, I do not have a laser disc machine, so I can't watch them, but I have them. I also have a VHS of the Beatles that was also given to me. The Beatles' firsts. It's just It's just black and white interviews with them and other bands. The Mercy Sound, the Beatles in Washington, Beatles Come to Town. So, Mike, you better enjoy this video. I think that's everything in this room for the Beatles. Damn, this video is longer than I thought. This is going to be a long video. I don't know who's going to sit through all this. Definitely the longest video I've ever uploaded. There's the shot glasses that came with the Peter Jackson Kong. I think that's everything in this room. Let's go to the other room. My bedroom. Okay. Behind Andre the Giant, I have every Beatles CD in there. That was actually not expensive, but it was a knockoff from China. Do I have any DVDs of the Beatles? I don't think I do. No, I don't think so. I don't even have Yesterday on DVD. Trying to think, what else do I have from the... I mean, I got shirts, I got... You know, I'm really thinking. I showed you guys the Laserdisc, I showed you guys the tapes. I showed you guys the figures. I guess the only thing left to show y'all is magazines. I've got a magazine that I got from CVS. $60 years later. I think it's 2000. I saw the same magazine in 2014 or 15. There's a book that I still haven't read of them. It's very big. Very big. I've got other books somewhere. A lot of books, a lot of... This is from Five Below. Here's some magazines. That's also on the tape. Here's one that I think my father got me. It was released last year. It was 50 years. Here's a book that was also from, I think also from Five Below. Here's a book that's not about the Beatles per se. It's about the 60s, but they're definitely in there. They're on the cover. And the rest is like horror books in my high school yearbook. Trains are down there. Now let's go to my closet. You're so hot, Maruda. I've got quite a few pictures of the Beatles, books of the Beatles, shirts. Let's see. I even have custom shirts of the Beatles. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. My very first Beatles shirt. Gray Beatles. It came in black and gray. I picked gray. And by the way, this is going to end because you can only hold... The video is going to end in 1 minute and 44 seconds because you can't do more than an hour. All You Need Is Love, which was my second shirt. Abbey Road Black and White. Let It Be. That's the Grateful Dead. Here's one that Mr. Wu made in the mall. Well, it was already pre-made, but he's like, come back tomorrow, I'll get you a bigger size. I'm like, no, I'll take this one. I'll just cut the sleeves and make it a muscle shirt. He's like, all right, you sure? And there's actually I actually made a custom shirt with the Beatles on it. It's my whole world with all my hobbies. Jason, DK, Merida, Thomas, and the Beatles. So yeah, that's everything. I literally showed you guys my whole horror collection of monsters. So yeah, this is about to end in 44 seconds. So as I'm putting my shirts away, any last words? Anybody that, well, Ryan's the only one who sat through it, most of it, but hope you all enjoyed this long-ass video, this hour-long video of me recording, talking about what I've been up to, because I did a lot. I've done a lot lately. I've been very busy with work, so I've been very tired. So I'm gonna try. I gotta try to get a lot of movies done, a lot of games, shows, updates. So, hope you all enjoyed because it's about to end in 10 seconds, 8 seconds. So, hope you all enjoyed everything, and I'll keep you all posted. Okay. So.